Good morning, everybody. And I would like to say it's a beautiful day in the neighborhood, but to be honest, it's not. But it's okay. We need the rain as well. As you can see, it's fall, it's autumn, and things are happening in Canada now. The leaves are all changing color, and we're into duck hunting season soon. And I almost thought about putting the ducks in the background today because it works in well with something that we're going to talk about. So, welcome to the 18th session for what are we doing here? Unintentional Heroes. Just had a moment there, senior moment. So, today we have Giovanni Santiago. I love to say that name. It just has a nice ring to it. And he is a wellness coach, and I've been privy to some of his training in the past week, and I must say, I do like it. So if you have any thoughts at all about your diet and stress and concentration and focus and all that kind of stuff, let's see what he's got to say about it today. Okay? Hello, Giovanni. Gio, how are you today?
Phenomenal. How are you?
Welcome, welcome, welcome. And now you're normally from California, right?
Yes, I'm from California, but I'm Hispanic. I'm actually Puerto Rican.
Puerto Rican. Oh, where's we got to get our Puerto Rican gal on here to talk to you.
The only
So
one from Los Angeles.
from Los Angeles, but at the moment, hey Rick, at the moment you are in Vegas.
I'm in Arizona.
Oh, in Arizona. Ah, cool, for a conference.
We're doing a
So
large group over here.
it's wonderful that we have the technology to be able to catch you wherever you are. I think that's grand. A note from Chris episode, love the progress. It is episode 18, yes. So Gio, tell me a bit about um, how you got started in the wellness as a wellness coach. Where's that
Okay.
all come from?
All right. Thank you for letting me do that. First of all, I live wellness because in 2002, I actually had cancer. I was less than 40 years old. It was
Oh,
17 years
wow.
ago. So I think I was 37 years old and I got cancer. And I'm like, oh my goodness. But, thank God that it was actually surgically removed. So I didn't have to go through the chemo and do all
Oh,
that other stuff.
excellent.
And
Morning,
so
Jerry. Sorry.
it's okay.
Good morning as people come in here, and it's rude for me to interrupt, and I don't want to throw you off. Cancer and 40. Wow. But surgically removed. That was a
Yeah,
spot.
got removed. So I didn't have to go through the chemo thing. But, and I knew why I got cancer, and I'll share that later, how the body gets
Oh,
affected by it. But I did have cancer in 2002, and so that scared me. I wasn't overweight or anything. I was just stressed out, and so what happened was my immune system was so down because I was actually helping a women's rehabilitation center. My wife and kids at the time,
oh,
we lived in a church home, and we actually helped a bunch of women that were from the street life, and we lived there for a year. you know, and so it was very stressful. It was a blessing, but it was very stressful. And so I ended up getting cancer at
wow.
a young age, and that's a scary thing because generally people say once you have cancer, it always comes back. Well, I've been proactive in that, and I'll show you why. But it actually gets worse because I went from cancer in 2002 to weighing 245 pounds in 2007. And
Oh,
the reason is I had a mortgage company, a very large mortgage company, and I was traveling the country teaching people how to buy real estate, no money down, doing all that stuff. But I
mhm.
was eating out a lot, and I was traveling the country, and I just gained and I ballooned, and I was feeling absolutely horrible.
Mm.
Uh, I had no energy, no focus, no nothing, to the point where a doctor friend of mine, he tested me with a unit called the DPA machine, and it detected that I had heart disease in 2007.
Oh,
So at 42 years old, they did this unit, that's test. And I'm going to buy one because I want to be able to help people with it. What it does, it tells you how old chronologically your arteries are and how stiff they are on a scale A to G.
oh, I don't want to know.
I wanted to know because I knew I didn't feel
Yeah, I
good.
know.
I felt horrible. I had no energy. I'm like, I'm too young to be like this, right?
Right.
And so I found out that I had a chronological age of a 65-year-old. So
It's
my arteries
excellent
are
they
for
have
a 65-year-old.
wow. It's
And
excellent that you
it's
have
worse.
that ability to tell us that medical way to find this out. That's wonderful.
It's incredible. And it got worse though, because then it told me how stiff my arteries were. On a scale of A to G, I was an F.
Oh, that's not good, is it?
Basically, I was a walking heart attack. I probably would have died within the year.
Wow.
And so he introduced me to a natural amino acid that was discovered in 1998 by 3 Nobel Peace Prize scientists who won them here in the US. And this natural amino acid, what it does is it's called L-arginine. And when taken in the proper form, it's a precursor to a gas called nitric oxide. And
Right?
what it does, it unclogs arteries. That's basically what it does.
Wow. Just shoot it
Yeah.
with nitrous oxide and you're okay, good to go.
And
Wow.
I took it and I still take it. And but in 3 months I retested and I went from a 65-year-old to a 35-year-old. And then on a scale of A to G, I was an F. I went to a B grade.
Wow.
And
In
so
what period of
saved
time?
my life. I'm sorry,
In what period of time did that
90
both?
days.
Sorry?
90 days.
90 days for both to improve. That's amazing. That's amazing, Gio.
There you go. And so then I immediately got in the process. I actually went to about a year later, went to Mexico City, did the lap band, and I did in Mexico City, and I lost a bunch of weight, but the doctors didn't tell me, which I discovered 4 years later. I was getting a lot of gastric, a lot of GERD,
Right.
indigestion, fire in the esophagus. Long story short, I went to the doctor. They said, we have to remove this or you're going to get esophageal cancer. Like, oh my God. Okay. So we had to remove
Oh,
that. But I kept the weight pretty much off. And you'll see my picture in a second of how
yeah.
I was. But yeah, I gained weight, but I didn't gain it back to the level. I was probably maybe 25 pounds overweight.
Okay.
So,
Still,
but I maintained my weight for years up until about a year ago. And I started get a little heavy again. But in the process of all that, understanding how my body reacted, I realized that when the body is stressed out, the body absorbs all the energy from all the different parts and it uses the immune system when it's in what's called fight or flight mode. And I'll share that in a while. But long story short, that's why I got cancer, because when your body is stressed out internally, then what happens is that it uses all the resources, including the immune system. So the immune system doesn't have as much power when the body is internally stressed. And when the body is internally stressed, your immune system doesn't work well, then that's when stuff starts popping out. And
right.
that's how I got sick. And
Well,
so
I'm sure that none of our members of the local chamber influencers would possibly be stressed.
no,
Oh, I don't know why they would that would resonate with us.
not at all, right? I mean, it's only me. Sorry, I'm the only one that got physically
Special.
out, and I gained a bunch of weight, and I felt horrible in the process, right? So
Right.
and I'll go over that later on a little bit more, but it just led me to learn how to take care of my mind, body, and soul, And I started learning neuro linguistic programming. I learned cognitive behavior emotive therapy. I've learned hypnotherapy. I had to learn everything because I don't like to take pills. Pills are toxins, and pills basically, our bodies react to pills in a different way. So much so, I'm so paranoid about pills. I didn't share this, but in 2000, my mom, she ended up dying of kidney disease. Well, of course she died of kidney disease because she was taking 25 pills.
Ah, I
How's she not going
understand.
to
Yeah.
get kidney disease when they were killing her with toxins, right?
Mm.
So I'm really I'm pro no pills. I believe there's a natural solution to pretty much everything, and I use doctors only when I have to get stuff cut out, which I can't do myself. If it was a way I could do it myself, I probably would. So I'm just like that, and I learned that the mind has control, and what we think is how we're going to feel, and how we feel is what we're going to think. It's all interconnected. So this
Right.
is how I came up with what I came up with, and what you guys are going to see, in my wellness travels and venture, here. So that's how I
Wonderful.
got started. I got started with NLP and cognitive behavior motive therapy,
Mhm.
hypnotherapy, and applying those principles to my life, because I first needed to change, still need to change. Growth is very important. And I just figured, you know what, I want to help myself, and
Right.
I really want to change. I just got married less than a year ago. And, and I'll show you, like I said, during the program, what I'm talking about. But, I had to make some major adjustments. I was married for 20 years, divorced for 8. So I had a lot of me when I got married, and me wasn't very nice. And I had to make a lot of adjustments. And so here I
Happens sometimes. So let's hear more about the program and what you've got,
okay,
your
okay.
wellness and what you've got.
Even though this is not a weight loss program, I do want to mention weight loss with keto, because a lot of people know about the keto program, or they think they know about the program, and so I kind of want to tell you what I did with and how I lost a bunch of weight, and how I helped a bunch of people all over the country, Mexico, and all over the place, and how I did it. Okay, because it's crucial, obviously, that I go over that. But before I do that, I kind of want to go over this cholesterol, what I call the cholesterol fat lie, because a lot of people think that when you're on keto, that your cholesterol, it's going to raise your cholesterol and you're going to die. I hate to tell you, but it's not so. There's actually
No.
many clinical reviews that show that statins are pointless for most people. And
Mhm.
how the story started, and I'll share this really quick, but how it started was, basically, it was a doctor, I think it was in the mid 50s, and he did a report on how high fat foods was giving these rats, cholesterol and heart disease. Well, rats have a different system than us. And so he eventually got a bunch of doctors to back him on his theory. And so what happened was that the food industry ended up having a choice. Should I get rid of the sugar? Should I if I get rid of the fat, what am I going to replace the fat with? They had two choices: protein or sugar. Guess which one they chose? Sugar. Okay.
Sugar.
And if you notice the health, how much has declined
Right.
since then, it's crazy. And so now they found that that those reports, he actually had conflicting reports, and he never wanted to say anything about it. But actually, there is no cholesterol issue. Cholesterol is made in the body. It produces 3,000 milligrams a day. We need the cholesterol to make our bodies flow. Without cholesterol, we would die. So increasing the cholesterol is not the issue. The issue is sugar. That's what's causing all the problem. That's what's causing heart disease. That's what's causing obesity and
Mm.
everything
And the
else.
diabetes, yes.
But unfortunately, doctors do the best they can. And I'm not here to bash anybody. I'm simply saying that it's an issue. So one of the major benefits of the keto program is that it controls blood sugar.
Mhm.
How I got started really quick was that my wife, who's very thin, was diagnosed with diabetes. She had a 380 blood sugar level. The doctor said, "Hey, man, you should be in the hospital with this kind of sugar level." Well, they did what they do. They gave her a bunch of metformin and insulin. Well, I knew enough about what insulin does, and there was no way we were going to get on that. So I researched for weeks on different meal plans and different things that I can help with that, and I came up with the keto program. The keto program by far is the best program for somebody who's diabetic or this overweight. And so what happened was after 2 weeks of her being on the program, which by the way, I helped her and I started doing it with her. She went from 380 to 180 and 200 points in 2 weeks.
Wow.
And the crazy thing though is the doctors wanted to give her more metformin. They doubled it. And I'm like, what?
They thought that it's the medicine that they gave her that was doing it.
There you go. But there was no reason for a double medication when she's already losing. They should actually decrease.
Yeah.
Okay? So they did, okay, but we didn't take them. And now she's down at the average of 120, 130. And when she's naughty, it goes up, but no, I mean, dropped almost 250 points without any medication. Excellent. So one of the major benefits of the keto program is that it lowers the blood sugar level tremendously, and it basically, it's really simple for weight loss also. Mm-hmm. In addition, it helps with the controlling of the blood sugar too. See, we use what I call smart carbs, and smart carbs prevent spikes and allows more people control over the blood sugar levels. We get rid of the carbs, guys. If we get rid of the sugar, we get rid of the diabetes problem.
Right. Gio, I know that you have a PowerPoint presentation. Would you like me to add that to the stream now?
I'm sorry?
Did you want to add your PowerPoint presentation now?
My PowerPoint has been on.
No, we haven't been seeing it. Now we are. There we are. That's okay. Now we can see your PowerPoint presentation.
I did it on full screen. So you know what? That I'm going to have to show my sidebar if you don't mind, okay?
That's okay. That's okay.
So yeah, so basically there you go. In addition to some other cool benefits of the keto program to give you mental focus, they found that people that suffer with different diseases like Alzheimer's, they're basically not getting enough glucose, and what happens, they lack in energy. And so the keto program provides additional energy source for the brain. It also helps with eyesight. It controls sugar levels and it retains eyesight, because a lot of people that are diabetic get cataracts. And then they've done some incredible studies with autism. It actually showed to help people that have autism. And this is one of my favorites because this really helps me. As I mentioned, I was a cancer survivor. So it helps with cancer. It helps reduce it. And the reason simply is that cancer lives on sugar. Take the sugar and the carbs out, you're removing the food source of the cancer. So cancer, as a result, may die or may multiply at a slower rate, and it actually decrease. So that was another major benefit for me, because reducing, my chances of cancer is huge. And these are just a couple of my students. To my left is my beautiful wife that I just told you about her sugar level. And then, she had some friends, and she was struggling right here in the middle here. Maria said she was struggling with weight. She was going to the gym 2 hours a day, wasn't losing any weight. And finally, she got on the program. Within a week, she lost the weight. And then actually her mom to the side here also was having issues. Now she's got plenty of energy. She feels phenomenal. I want to kind of show you where I'm at. This is me as of 2019. There you go, a nice round face. And this is me.
You're there.
That's me right there. Okay, that was this week, by the way. I took that. I was working out. I'm going to take a snapshot. So, so the program works. Program works if you work it, and just like anything else, we're here to help it in any which way. But I wanted to let people know that there are alternatives, to yo-yo dieting, and the reason simply that the program works, guys, and I'll end it with this part, is simply because the brain is 70% fat. So when you eat fat, meaning good fats, then what happens is the brain has receptors that say, hey, I'm full, I'm good. One of our regimen is that we use like the bulletproof coffee structure. Right. And we put coffee, we put MCT oil, which stands for multi-chain triglyceride oil, and we use a spoonful of Kerrygold butter, and we blend it, and we have a breakfast in a cup. And it's awesome because the energy is incredible, and you're actually full. So I use that. I have our own coffee blend, and we actually have our own MCT oil too. So that's kind of like what we did there, and I'll go over. If you have any questions to this point, I'll go over the Be Your Own Therapist program and how I started that really quick, if you like.
Before we go, just one question I have about this, and that is, I'm not a coffee drinker, Gio. I hate coffee.
Sure.
Well, what
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's a great question. The awesome thing about the keto program is that when you don't use carbs and sugar, your body is going into a state of ketosis, which means it's burning fat. So whether you drink coffee or not, you're going to have a lot more energy. Now, with our multi-chain triglyceride oil, MCT oil that we offer, what happens, you can use that in your salad and your foods, which is what I do. I put it in my salad, I put it in my burgers, and it actually suppresses your appetite. And because it feeds your brain, it's an instant dose of long lasting energy without the jitters or without the crash.
Can I make bullet tea?
Yes, yes, you can. Some people like the way it tastes, some people don't. I'm not a tea drinker. So yeah, you can, it's flavorless and it's tasteless.
Okay,
So yes, you can put it in your tea.
good. Okay. Now you were going to talk about your Be Your Own Therapist program, which I am finding really interesting.
Yeah, the Be Your Own Therapist program started because, as I mentioned earlier, I had cancer, and I had heart disease, and my body was internally stressed out. And, I didn't want to go to a psychologist and so that they can pill me to death. I wanted to go ahead and find natural solutions. And so during my years of studies, like I said, through NLP, hypnotherapy, and cognitive behavior, emotive therapy, I basically put together various programs to help. And I'll show you what that is. Our program consists of over 35 therapeutic sessions. So, for example, we have additional help with weight loss. See, anybody can lose weight. There's a lot of great programs out there. There's a paleo program. There's the Mediterranean. There's a lot of great programs. The problem is that we have subconscious issues that if we don't deal with those subconscious issues, then even if we're on a program that's phenomenal, even our program, you can gain weight because you didn't deal with the subconscious issues. And what I mean by that is our internal computer that says, oh, it's okay to have these carbs. It's no big deal. Or it's okay to go ahead and have this sugary drink. It's only one meal or it's only one drink. And if we don't deal with those subconscious issues, we're going to end up falling off the wagon, so to speak. So
Right.
what I did was I have and I'm updating the new one today. By the way, Judith, we have
Yeah.
a virtual gastric band session. And that virtual gastric band session, what it does, it actually makes you feel like, um, it makes you feel like,
Feels like you had surgery.
yeah, it makes you feel like you had the surgery without having the surgery. I spent thousands of dollars, and like I said, I had to take it out back in 2013, 2014 because it could have given me esophageal cancer. I don't want people to have to go through that. So
Right.
by doing the virtual gastric band session, it's going to actually make you feel like you did the session, and you just do it a couple times out of the week, and it's literally will help you to lose the weight that you need to lose without having to go through any you know uh, self motivation type of thing. In addition, we have some more sessions that have to do with cravings and motivation for exercise, and how to resist binge eating, and how to give you an energy boost all naturally. So we wanted to add that in the Be Your Own Therapist program for those that really struggle with the weight. I really feel that just doing those sessions right there will really catapult and maximize your weight loss structure. Then here's my favorite part, the stress and relaxation series. As I mentioned, if the body is stressed, the immune system doesn't work. What people think, though, is that it's not the stress that happens to us immediately, the stressful situation. What it actually is, studies have found, is that our bodies literally absorb stress in our cells. The reason they found that was because when organ donors would donate their organs, obviously when they died, that they were finding that the organ recipients were craving the same foods and thinking the same thoughts of the same people that they got the organs from. Can you believe that? So that study proves is that the body absorbs these cellular memories, and it's those cellular memories, Judith, that keeps the body under 911 mode, stress mode. And that's
Ah,
when the immune system is down. And when the immune system is down, because this body is so internally stressed, that's how we get sick. So stress relaxation, stress series is crucial. And we have a bunch of stress relaxation segments for that to help with anxiety, depression, relaxation, and even sleep. Sleep is crucial. If you're not sleeping well, you're going to wake up internally stressed. So that's a problem. In
Now,
addition,
I just want to clarify for everybody, in case it's not clear. These are actual hypnotherapy recorded sessions that you can listen to over and over, that are there in your toolkit to use for as you see fit. And I just wasn't sure if people realized that it was a recorded hypnotherapy session. And
yes,
I got to tell you, I didn't really believe in it too much. You know, I'm not a big person with hypnotherapy, but I did a couple of these sessions, and I'm very impressed. There's meat to them. I'm quite impressed.
it's a yeah. Thank you, because it's a plug and play session. Whatever situation you're going through, you can literally take a timeout on your phone, because you can listen to it on your phone, put a headset on and chill for 15, 20 minutes, and you can get a session, whether it's for weight loss or whether it's for stress. I mean, how many of us, you go to work and, you're having a stressful day. Guess what? When you're stressed, you're not going to be productive. When you're
Yeah.
going through changes, you're just not. You'll be there, but you're actually not as productive. And then you're not as productive, then that business is losing out who's employing you, right? So you want to be at your best. So you can basically press play on your phone and listen to these sessions, and not only help you with in that day, but as you continuously lower your stress level, you'll learn how to deal with stress in a more productive way. And basically you'll just start feeling better. You start feeling better, you're going to start dealing with life in a lot different way. You become what I call proactive instead of reactive, in a way where you're just responding and not reacting. And so, yes, it is a plug and play system. You simply press play and you can deal with any session. And same thing with confidence. I mean, how many of us don't need confidence? Confidence is not something that just happens. Confidence is something that we can focus on. And all of us had sessions or situations in our life where we felt confident. I mean, that's funny. I think it was Devon. He had said something on Facebook the other day. He goes, "How can I be? I'm confident when I can dance in front of hundreds of people, but in other situations I can't." And that's true, right? But it's not that you don't have the confidence. It's simply that you're confident in that situation more than anything else. But if you relive that experience, now you can step into that experience and be confident in anything. So the confidence session is crucial, because if you're not confident, and right now we're in business for ourselves. Most of us are entrepreneurs. Most of us
Right.
have our own businesses. But if you're not confident to make that sales call, if you're not confident to go knock on that door, if you're not confident to start, getting more recruits or more distributors for your business, you're not going to be successful. And confidence is crucial to your success.
So I would think that if you weren't feeling very confident and you were just about to start some calls, or however you were touching out to your prospects, it would be good if you're feeling a little bit less confident to just uh, plug in and listen to one of these sessions for confidence, for focus and positive thinking. That would really, really help you.
Well, absolutely. Once again, if you don't want to make that sales call because you're afraid of rejection, wow. Let's talk about MLM. I mean, MLM, an incredible business, simple structure, but most people, they'll talk to two people. The average person signs up two people, and those two people are generally their friends, relatives, or neighbors, right? But what happens after those first two? They
Yeah.
they talk to
What do
three,
you
four,
do?
five people, and then the people say, "Oh, that's a scam," and so guess what? Now they're unconfident. They don't feel good about it, and then they quit the program, or they don't get more distributors, which means their downline's dead.
Right.
So this right here, this one piece, is so important for us entrepreneurs, that, I mean, it really can be life changing if you learn how to have confidence and learn how to live with that confidence structure. And all you have to do is press play. That's it. It is so
Excellent.
cool. because you can deal with concentration and focus. I mean, I have a big issue with lack of focus sometimes. I can go everywhere. I'm visual. So that means I make a bunch of pictures in my mind and I'm all over the place. So when I listen to these sessions, it really helps me to stay focused and do what I need to do. The series also has to do with helping your self-esteem and be more assertive. If you're a pushover in every situation and you won't ask for the sale because one person says no the first time, how
Yeah,
successful are we going to be?
exactly.
So I can't stress enough the importance of confidence on that. In
Can I
addition,
sorry, can I just ask? Um, I haven't listened to all of these yet. I'm just curious. Is it the voice that's on the first few that is on the voice for all of them? The same hypnotist?
ask that again.
Is it the same hypnotist, the same voice
No,
that we,
no.
okay, I wasn't sure 'cause he was really good. I just learned it. I haven't listened to the others yet to know what they're like, but the voices are very
We not,
relaxing.
yeah, we not only use hypnotherapy, but we use subliminal also. Okay, now subliminal basically is simply where you're looking at the screen, and what happens is for 5 minutes, it's gonna hit you subliminal suggestions with like things like, "Hey, I'm confident. I can do this. I'm an overcomer. I can achieve," and it just plays it. And what happens is your mind is taking all those pictures. It's happened so fast that you're not even really knowing that it's happening. But what it does, it reprograms the subconscious, which I call the blueprint, and that's another way of reprogramming our computer through subliminal. So yes, you haven't seen the subliminal. I used one particular therapist for the hypnotherapy only because his voice is so mellow,
Yeah.
is perfect for what we do here. That I use him, but we do have a lot of subliminal, and I'll show you also our next additional series
Oh,
with.
okay.
So we also talk about fears and phobias. Once again, if a person has a fear of flying, and they're in business, and it's going to cause problems. Those
Right.
things stop you from being productive. So we help panic and anxiety, and we help you overcome social phobia. And social phobia is huge, right? We're talking about the chamber members. If you won't go to a chamber of commerce meeting, a live one, because you're afraid of talking to people, we need some help here, right? So our
Right.
program can actually help you with that, which is really cool. You can learn how to deal with rejection where you're responding and not reacting. Many people, when they get rejected, they take it personal. And they're not rejecting you. They're simply saying, hey, I don't like the program, or it just that doesn't suit me. So if we learn how to deal with that, it becomes more empowering. Now we're like, okay, that's all good. I say this a lot. I used to go dancing a lot, and I learned this term. It's really cool. SWSWSWN, and that stands for some will, some won't. So what next?
Some will, some won't. So what next?
Next.
That works for me.
I had to. And it's funny because when I would go dancing, I would just ask a bunch of girls to dance. Someone's going to want to dance. I got smart. I'll
Yeah.
4, 5, 6 people, and someone eventually will say, yeah, right. And the some will, some won't, so what next just keeps me focused on, okay, who cares? They said no, it's no big deal. We use that same structure for business. If we understand that some people will, some people accept it, some people won't. So what? Next person, let's go.
That's right.
And that's where the success series comes in also. We have a motivation for everything, concentration and focus, and how to attract money and power. Money and power is simply a mindset. It's all a mentality. That's all it is. And so we have a success series, and we got some pretty cool bonuses too, Judith, that I'd like to kind of really go over. Pain relief. Pain is huge. If you're
Yeah.
in pain, you're not going to feel like working. If you're in pain, you're not going to feel like being with your family. If you're in pain, you're not going to feel like being around anyone. And so pain management, I've learned that using the hypnotherapy and using the sessions can really help you alleviate with the pain, because once again, it's a mindset and how we deal with it. So we actually have a pain relief sessions to help you. And we have what we call the heartache series. A lot of us, hey, right, we've all been through prior relationships where we found love, we lost love, we've been rejected, we've been, all of that, right? And so we have a heartache series, which is really powerful. And then this right here is huge. We have our meditation for life series. It's a 16-week session. You haven't got there yet, Judith, but it literally has over 141 major benefits. And what we use is a program called binaural audio. And what it does, it helps different levels and the meditative state, and it deals with the blueprint, the subconscious, in such a way that they have found that it has over 141 different benefits. So you talk about relaxing. If you just play this, have this session in the morning before you wake up, like as you're waking up, or before you go to bed, you do that every day for a week and see how you feel. It's absolutely life changing. Okay, so this is pretty much the program, and we valued the whole program with everything at over $3,000. Now, this program really is meant for employers, for their employees, because what we did was we created a program called the Be Your Own Therapist program, and I created it so that employers can have this program for their employees at no cost to them. So the goal is to go to businesses and to offer this to businesses and employees, but it won't cost them anything, and to make it so affordable that the employees pay for it, but have the employers give the employees a like a benefit for doing it, because they're going to win. It costs an average employer $1,800 a year when an employee is sick or if they miss work for whatever reason. So just imagine how good you'd feel if you dealt with a lot of these issues that I went over with, where you're not missing work, you're feeling better, you become a more loving, more caring, more compassionate person that you already are. You just didn't know it. When you learn how to deal with things and be more responsive instead of reactive, and you learn how to deal with your pain, so now it's not stopping you from going to work, my God, how much of a blessing would you be to yourself, but to your employers? So this program was set up to do that.
Excellent.
So I have a special, did you have a question?
I was just going to say, just bring up here that Christopher made a comment that you had suggested fasting, and he did try fasting, and he has, as of this morning, lost 42 pounds.
Yep.
Thanks for the guidance. And intermittent fasting, does work in conjunction with this. I think that would be a really good thing to do. Excellent. And he can't help but feel better. And I'm sure he has more energy. Chris, do you have more energy, do you find? We'll see whether he does. Chris, if you're there, could you have more energy?
Yeah, because you know why? What happens when you fast, the body is absorbing other glucose out of the liver. You're taking other sugar out. And so your body becomes more receptive and more energetic. When you fast, most people think, oh my God, I gotta fast, I'm gonna die. That's not true. The funny thing is, the heavier you are, the longer you can fast. If you do 24 or 48 hour fast, just like, for example, with water and some electrolytes, then what happens is that your body, after 24 hours, you're not even hungry. And I mean, not only, in fact, come Monday, because whenever I leave town, I like to do a 24 or a 48 hour fast, because I know that I tend to eat differently, when I'm out with people and things.
So
when
you come home, do your fast.
Yeah, I try to do keto friendly as much as possible. I use a product I call Carb Blocker. I have my own carb blocker. What it does, it absorbs carbs. But I know that come Monday, I'm going to do a 24 or 48 hour fast. And that keeps me regulated. It keeps me strong. It keeps me disciplined, and I put the flesh under subjection, so to speak. But I drop weight like crazy. And it's easier to drop and keep my weight at 161 to 165 than it is to be at 170 and go back and forth. I'd rather drop and do 48 hour fast, for example, and drop 5 pounds in 2 days. And then it's easier to manage at that level. So yes, Chris he lost 40 pounds, and it's really simple. Just stop eating. There's no magic bullet to it. Just drink water, drink electrolytes to keep your body, give it the magnesium and the sodium that it needs, and you're set. So yeah, thank you for bringing that up.
Good.
So when I'll finish up here. Just basically just say, hey, listen, my program's worth 31.75, and we, but of course we're not going to charge that. I'm not going to charge that. But if but I just want to mention this: if all my therapeutic system did was help release stress and be a complete peace at whatever situation life brings you, would that be worth 31.75, right? So the reality though is this program is going to be 495. That's my price in the next 30 days. Okay. But I told you I'd do something special for the chamber members. And so what I did was I have it now at 297 or 11 payments of 29.95, $1 a day. So you have your own therapeutic session, your own psychologist, your own therapist, your own NLP, your own hypnotherapist, all of them under one umbrella for $1 a day if you guys want to go through that payment structure. And I mean it's incredible at what we're offering, and you can save yourself thousands of dollars and hundreds of therapy hours by ordering right now. We have 100% money back guarantee if you're not happy, guys. We want to make sure you're happy. We're going to give you access to all of the program, all the sessions, stress,
Right.
weight loss, confidence, Phobias, success, and meditation for life. And once again, all the bonuses and 29.95 or one-time payment of 297. Now I think you're going to have a link, also. And by the way, one thing, let me back up. Everybody that becomes part of the program, you're going to get an affiliate link, which will enable you to refer people. So you're going to have your own referral link to the program. So if you refer 3 your programs, it's free. So if you're at the $30 level, you're going to make $10. So it's not going to cost you anything, which is cool. If you do a 297, you make $100. So refer 3 and your program is free. And that's something that real simple. No MLM or nothing. It's just a straight 3-tier. Refer 3 and your program is free. And you can purchase it today for one payment. And as I said, Judith is going to post a link to the chamber member site
Now,
there.
Chris is asking, what if I want the keto program too?
Oh, thank you. Well, I'm actually going to give everybody the keto program. Thanks for reminding me. I'm actually going to give everybody the Keto 101 program. And the Keto 101 program is a step-by-step program that I have in the back office with the video. Tells you exactly what you need to do. You don't have to go through hundreds of hours of research like I had to do. You'll know exactly what to do, how to clean out your pantry, how to get started, what to eat, where to, everything. Plus, we give you a Facebook support. So you'll be able to post your questions through Facebook, and we'll be able to help.
There's a recipe book.
I'm sorry?
There's a recipe book, right?
Yes. It includes a recipe book. Yeah, we give you a recipe book with over 50 different recipes. Plus, my wife, she posts some really cool recipes. I'm Latin, right? Even though I'm Puerto Rican, I eat a lot of Mexican food.
Yeah.
And so my wife, she's Mexican. And so we actually did the other day keto tamales. And we do keto tacos. Most people, when they do the tacos, you use the high carb taco shell that you get at the store, or tortilla shells, corn shells. What we do is we show people by using cheddar slices and baking it, we use that as a shell.
Oh,
Carb free, man. Yeah, it's absolutely incredible. And because it's fat, you eat less of it. So you're full faster, and it tastes incredible. And you can have your tacos and tostadas and even pizza. We do pizza, guys, at about 2 grams of carbs per slice, as opposed to 20, 30, 40 grams of carbs per slice of pizza. We show you how to make pizza carb free or minimal carb.
Gio, is there anything in your kit that helps with nausea?
Well, nausea is generally based upon the foods that you're eating. Okay. And so I have found that, like, for example, when you eat the keto way, based upon my testimonies, that you're not going to be nauseous simply because you're not eating the stuff that's making you nauseous. So I have one of the ladies who had asthma, and she it was my wife's aunt. She said, you're not going to believe this, but I don't need my inhaler no more. Well, what does that have to do with eating right? Everything. When you're eating wheat, you're eating, the high carb foods, it actually affects the system.
I I was asking that because I was getting more and more nauseated as you're sitting there rocking back and forth.
I got so much. I mean, 6:30. It's 6:45.
Plant somewhere.
I'm pumped up all the time. I'm ready to go.
That's grand.
Energy. Yeah, I am. I'm seriously. I'm horrible. I'm pumped up all the time.
That's grand. So let's go back here and finish up the end of the of your presentation, because I think you've got one or two more slides, or you're done.
No, I'm done. I'm pretty much.
Good. Then let's go back here.
I didn't put any site here because you're going to go ahead and do that.
That's right. I will put the link in, my affiliate link, for anyone who wants to sign up with this. And now they would need to sign up through that to be able to get in for the keto part.
Yeah, because it's a special program. Yeah, I actually have that as a bonus. So yeah, you're going to want to go through that link so I can track that properly, give everybody immediate access. And then this basically, I'm going to have it running for about 72 hours because I know there's a lot of people that can't, it's still early. So doing the replay, I'll let it run till about Tuesday and give everybody that reduced price and that payment. Because normally it's $59. I pretty much have it at $2 a day, but I really wanted to break it down for the chamber members to $1 a day. That makes it very affordable.
Excellent. So I mean, I could do a banner up with it here, but it's kind of hard for me to. This isn't going to help you much because it's just a huge link that I have. I don't have the little one that you've made me. I don't have that.
Go to Bitly.
So I will post it as soon as we're done, everybody. And I post the live. I'll make sure that you have the link there, the short link to go to. Excellent. Does anybody have any questions? Or I'm going to share with you, Gio, that Dr. Atkins to me was kind of the precursor to paleo and keto. Because he was the first one that was more like high protein, high fat, less carb, right? And at that time, I began working at the Canadian Egg Marketing Agency. And when I told them that I was on this high protein, high fat, low carb, and they said, "Oh, you're going to die. Your cholesterol is going to go through the roof." And I said, "Well, I'm here. This is the Egg Marketing Agency. Eggs are replacing my potatoes and most of my starch. So let's go for it." And I was tested twice a week, and my cholesterol went down, not up. And that's very much in line with what you were saying.
You know what's heavy is this. Dr. Atkins almost lost his license back in the early 70s because what had happened is he went against this cholesterol is going to cause heart disease program. And he almost lost his license. But they would have proved that it's nonsense.
Right.
And, and I will say this, in the keto program, your cholesterol may even go up a little bit. But that's not the reason for heart disease. It's
but there's good cholesterol and bad cholesterol, and it weighs out, right?
There's HDL and LDL. Yeah, but our body produces enough cholesterol that it needs the cholesterol. Just to let everybody know, it needs cholesterol. Produces 3,000 milligrams of cholesterol. Okay, so the reality though is that it's not the cholesterol is going to cause heart disease, because even on keto, it may go up. The question is, how do you feel? How's your blood pressure? How's your energy level? How's your weight? How's your mental clarity? That's going to give you more than just a reading of a cholesterol where they want to put you on statins.
No statins. I said no to statins. Christopher says, "I've worked along Gio's journey for many months. He is dedicated, honest, and truly has value for those who need the help." And I think there's something in there in this package. As I say, I'm really not into hypnotherapy, but I can't say enough about the positive feelings that I had with the sessions that I was listening to, and I've only listened to a few, so I'm quite excited to get on the road with the rest of them. And I would think that if I'm hesitant about going into a sale or something, plug in one of the ones for confidence, and I think it would really help you.
Let me address that. Let me address that on hypnotherapy. A lot of people think that hypnotherapy is mystical and it's you woo, kind of because of the movies and all the state. They see that, right? Let me share. We fall into a state of trance dozens of times a day. Have
Mhm.
you ever driven and passed your exit because you're in deep thought?
Yeah.
That's the trance state. Have you ever been in a movie and you ate all the popcorn, not even realized it? You're in a trance state. I'm not trying to get religious. Okay. When you go
Yeah.
into the program in the back office, you're going to see I actually have scripture to verify two of the main people of the Bible, which was Peter and Paul, who fell into a trance state and received visions from God. So we're talking about here nothing taboo, nothing evil, nothing mystical, but there's just an understanding of the purpose of being in a trance state is so that our analytical mind doesn't get in the way. When the mind is relaxed, then the subconscious mind is able to receive without the troublemaker
Absorb.
getting in the way. There you go. That's it. So when you put yourself and allow yourself to be in a self trance state, meaning relaxed,
Right.
what happens, you're more open to the suggestions, and
Right.
you simply listen to the therapist or listen to the audio, for example, the binaural audio, and just listen to it and let your subconscious, which is 1,000 times more powerful than our conscious, to receive all that information. That's how change happens internally from the subconscious mind. Change the subconscious, you change everything.
One question comes to mind because I know there are so many people out there who are vegans or vegetarians. And when we think of keto, we often think of meat and some vegetables and dairy products. So, what are all my vegan friends going to do?
Okay, great. Thank you. That's a great question. I'm ready for you. So, what we need to realize is that the keto program is 80% fat, 15% protein, 5% carb, meaning vegetable carb. Okay, that's what we use. We call it smart carb. So, if a person is vegan, okay, which all we're doing is we're just taking out the meat. Vegans actually eat more carbs because they have to replace that meat with something. So by using the MCT oil in their food, multi-chain triglyceride, by using more cheeses, by using olive oil in your salads, that right there will give you your 70 to 80 grams per day in fat that you need without having to eat meat. Problem solved. Very simple.
Well, I'm glad I'm not vegan. I can still eat that crispy chicken fat.
You know, I mean, remember this: the brain is 70% fat. So since the brain is 70% fat, then when it eats or absorbs fat, the receptors say, I'm full. But when you eat carbs and sugar, our receptors are numb to that because we've eaten so
Ah,
much carbs and sugar. That's why and we can eat for days on carbs and sugar. Have you ever had some rice at an Asian restaurant and then an hour later you're hungry?
yeah.
Why? Because it's all carb and
It's
it
all
turns
good.
immediately into sugar, and the liver only holds 20% of that. So since the liver only holds 20% of your food, 80% of that gets stored as fat, and we're starving within an hour. But when you eat fat, when you feed your kids bacon and eggs or stuff like that in the morning, they're
Mhm.
going to be way better off than eating waffles or that junky cereal that's all sugar, and they're going to have more mental focus. They're going to feel a lot better by simply switching the program a little bit. And I can help you do that because we have a support group to help you do that.
Excellent. Is there a Facebook group or anything that's going to be set up for this?
We have a Facebook group that's in the back office. Once you're a member, you have access to that. It's not open to everyone. It's only to members. So the chamber members that become members of the Be Your Own Therapist program will automatically have access to that.
Excellent. Okay. Uh, is there a last thought that you would like to leave with us before we wrap this up?
I just want to thank you. I want to thank Chris for giving me the opportunity to be on the program. There's a lot of awesome things happening out there. even if you just need to lose a little bit of weight, I'll tell you what, I found that the keto program really is the simplest program because you're eating what the body wants, which is fat anyway. So really get on the program. You know, if even if you don't want to join the Be Your Own Therapist, contact you. I'll give you guys a link where you guys can sign up just for the keto program. And you can do that if you need to lose weight. But the Be Your Own Therapist program will really help you to get to that next level in your life. I think we all need that. I think we all need confidence. I think we all need stress reduction. Stress is the cause leads to 95% of all sicknesses and diseases. Stress. So just that one series can really help change your life and help you get to that next level in your life so you can be all that you can be and feel the way you want to feel, which is feel incredible and learn how to be grateful for the day. And because I'm a very grateful man, and I'm grateful to be on the program with you guys. I'm grateful to know people like you and Chris and some of the chamber members who I know, like Devon and guys like that. But I'm also grateful because I get to impact lives. You know, my Be Your Own Therapist program impacts lives. My keto program impacts lives. And so I'm on a mission. You know, I can't tell you the name of the football player, but I have a former NFL quarterback. I just sent some of my coffee and my MCT oil, and he's like really jazzed. So he's going to be promoting me, promoting the program. We got some NBA players that we're going to be giving our coffee to that we know. And so some really cool things happening. I just, you know, I'm here to help in any way I can.
Grand. Well, I can't help but think, I mean, really, $30 a month. If you listen to one confidence or one stress relief or one of those that helped you get one sale, it definitely would be worth it.
Exactly.
It's a no-brainer. Yeah.
What about peace? What price will you put on peace? You know, but just feeling good to learn how to be, you know, learn how to respond in love as opposed to react in anger. What would that do for you? That's a major benefit.
It changed my life because I have a bit of a short fuse. Well, Giovanni Santiago, I thank you very much from the bottom of my heart, and I'm very pleased to be a part of your program now, and I'm hoping that members will be able to see some changes coming up for me in the next few months. I'm excited about it, and I think that's I'm not really much about being an affiliate and everything, but when people start saying, hey, you're looking better. You know, you sound good. You're focused. You're on track. You don't seem stressed. You don't seem as angry. You're losing a little weight. They're going to ask me how I did it. So,
you know what I noticed, Judith? I'm going to say this. If you don't mind, I'll just say this. I just got married about 8-9 months ago, right? Like I said, and I was going through some issues because I was used to, I liked me, right?
Yeah.
But the me wasn't really doing really good with my marriage, right? And I've realized that since I've been doing the sessions and I've changed, everyone else changed. And now my wife and I are like honeymooners again. Why? Because now I've changed. I decided, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and meet my wife's needs, love her unconditionally, without any expectations, treat her and meet her two major needs, which I wish we had time, I can go over that, but meet her two major needs, which is significance and loving connection, and just be all I can for her. And you know what? It just changed my life. And these sessions have helped me to do all of that.
Yeah.
So I'm telling you, you're going to want to try it. Hey, $30. We do that in the movie. You know, we go to the movie, spend $30 on popcorn and two sodas, you know, which are killing us, right? Here you can have your own psychologist, you know, and therapist and for less than $1 a day.
$1 a day. Exactly. Can't help but get some use out of that. Thank you very much, Gio, and Chris is saying thank you. I want to thank everyone who has joined us here as well. Gio, we will post the link to the keto diet, and we'll post the link for the members for the Be Your Own Therapist as well. We'll have 2 links, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, excellent. And that will come along shortly. So without further ado, then, thank you very much, Gio, and I'll chat with you.
Thanks, you guys. Appreciate you both.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Wow. I don't know about you, but I'm really looking forward. It just checks off so many boxes for me that it can't help but hurt to give it a try. So you may notice some changes in the future, and if you do, that's possibly what we can attribute it to. Rick, thank you, and Gio, super interesting session. Yeah, it's interesting how the mind and body work, and this is a real help to members if you can tackle stress and focus and diet. If you're almost diabetic, all these things they just change. I mean, look at Chris; he's lost 42 pounds. He's feeling like $1,000,000. He's getting a little too carried away over there with himself. He's, for a guy who's maybe 50 plus, he's feeling his oats now with the weight loss. So it can't be bad. So, ladies and gentlemen, I bid you adieu. Next week for number 19, our 19th episode, we'll have Trey Carmichael. He's going to talk to about Instagram and Facebook prospecting. So, we'll look forward to that. Have yourself a nice weekend, everybody, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.